Good morning, Yachiyo Bible Baptist Church. Ohayo gozaimasu. I'm here today with Kai, and we are excited to go with you through our church here in Ohio, Wooster Mennonite Church. So come on with us on a little journey.
Okay.
The first room we want to show you is what we call the meeting room. And this past Sunday, we spent a little time in this room. Kai, what did you do when you were here?
Japanese.
Okay. 私はここで、日曜日にあった、女性の方とフルートの練習をしました。
And right now you can see it's decorated, but it has toys out for children. That's because during the week there's some classes in here, music classes. The program's called Kinder Music. And so right now the room's set up for Kinder Music.
ここは子供たちが遊んだり音楽歌ったり today、今日これからする予定です。
Okay.
We're going to continue on now through the church and show you some of our classrooms where our children have Sunday school.
Okay.
This room here is where we have our Sunday school supplies. You can see, yes, please. There are different types of supplies that the kids use for their projects. And then we have some sinks, and then right here another table for them when they're doing crafts. They'll often make little art projects. You can see a few here hanging on the wall that some of our kids have made. And this past Sunday it was really interesting. We were able to go with Kai into a few of the classrooms. So next we're going to look at our preschool age child's classroom, and then I'll ask Kai what he did when he was in there with the kids on Sunday, what they asked him. So let's go ahead into that preschool. So Kai, when we came in here on Sunday, there were lots of kids sitting around, and what did they ask you? Do you remember?
Yes,そうだ。どこから来たの？聞かれて、日本からですとか、日本の食べ物何が好きとか、あと動物何が好きとか聞かれました。で、ここに座ってた子はコウモリが好きで、シアクスここにいた子は猫が好きで、サメの T シャツ。サメの T シャツを着てました。ここは、幼稚園生。日曜日の9時半から行われる幼稚園生の、クラスです。で、先ほどは、小学生が9時半から工作とか粘土とかをしているお部屋です。Yes.
Church, so a number of them had put their hands on the quilt. So, yes. In this classroom. This here is where we were on Sunday with our middle schoolers, and they were really excited to show Kai something. Do you remember what they showed you on Sunday, what they wanted to point out to you?
Right.
They remember you in prayer regularly, and we're very excited to get to see Kai on Sunday.
ここは、日本っていう中学生のクラスです。ここで先生の、息子さんと娘さんのマイカ、オーブリーと会いました。ここに私たちの教会の写真。
毎週教会のメンバーのために祈ってます。
祈ってくださってます。
The next thing we want to show you is something very special that we have here in the children's area of the church. This cross that you see here on the wall has individual stones with messages written on them from the children of our church. These were written on these stones for our 50th anniversary, and after they did that, the leaders at that time wanted to remember what our children wrote, and so they actually took the stones, and when they built this wall, they put them into the wall with concrete in the shape of a cross so that we would remember them. And in fact, one of these stones in here today was written by Barney Martin, who is with us now, which is exciting. They have messages like God is love, read the Bible, be kind, love one another. It's just a neat remembrance of our children.
教会が50周年の、時に子どもたちが、そこで教わった御言葉とか、あとなんだろう、聖書の言葉とかを石に書いて入れたそうです。バルナバさんもここに書いたそうですけど忘れてしまったみたいです。
What we'd like to do now is show you a little bit of visual history of Wooster Mennonite Church. And what we have here is a picture of a house that the church first met in the 1940s. I believe this was around 1942. And the church started as a mission outreach in this house. And you can see everybody sitting there on Sunday morning for worship. But as the community continued to grow, they felt that it would be important for the church to build an actual building that had more space for worship. And so you can see in these pictures a depiction of the building that happened in the 1950s, I think around 1953. And then as you move on, you can see church life in the building after it was completed. But even after that was done, there was a sense that maybe more space was needed for meals and activities after church. And so by the 1980s, I believe this was around 1989, it was decided that the church should expand even further, and that's when you see this part being built. And when that happened, the sanctuary actually, the seating in the sanctuary needed to be turned around to accommodate the new addition of the building. So the seating actually moved the sanctuary. So I will ask Kai if he would to tell the story first now.
こちらが、この教会、まずこの教会の歴史について、次見ていきます。こちらが1942年に建てられた教会です。それでどんどん人が増えていって新しい街道をもっとスペースが、必要になってこの教会のメンバーでこちらの教会が建てられました。こちらの教会が建てられたのが1953年です。でどんどん教会のメンバーが増えていってさらに食事とかいろんなスペースが必要になってこちらの教会の、ここの部分が付け加えられました。付け加えられたのが1980年です。で、この教会が建てられて、教会の向きが反対になりました。
Okay. Okay.
So this is the space I get to use for work. For me, as an office here at the church, and so I'm able to decorate it and have my books in here, and where I work on sermons and meet with people. And so this is a really nice space the church has given me. You can see my little decorations and things. I really like Mario, so I have a little Mario here. I guess he's on my shirt. But no, it's really nice to have this space to work. So, yeah.
ここはジェイコブ先生がいつも、ジェイコブ先生のお部屋です。いろんなものがあって、マリオとか、スター・ウォーズの時計がいろいろあります。
On Thursday, we're going to go to Canton, and the people who are dancing here are Congolese Mennonites. And we're going to see, on Thursday, we're going to see the International Institute that helped a lot of these Mennonites find housing and jobs here in the United States. But we've got to know them, and this is from a worship service, a joint worship service that we held together. That's me sitting up there. Wait, no, that's me. That's me. We had a joint worship service at a high school, Central Christian School, and they shared Congolese music, and then we shared some English songs, and it was a beautiful worship service. So, yeah, that's what this is from. Yeah, and then this is a picture of my mother from a few years ago. So I have a picture of my mother here. Yes, and I have a picture over here of my parents. These are the clothes that they wore on one of their early dates when they first met each other. So those I think they were like 30 years old, those outfits that they'd worn, but they still fit into them, which is pretty special. So, my mom liked to play this instrument called an auto harp. Yes, and then over here is my wife Katie, and me on our wedding day. and we were able to have the celebration at her home after the service, and so that was the river there is by her house. So yeah, thank you for your interest. Yeah.
そうさっきの写真はコンゴからのメノナイトたちはアメリカにイミグレート移住しました。コンゴはまだまだちょっと危険なところですから。And さっきの写真はお母さんでご両親。And 初デートではないけど2番か3番のデートにもこの同じ服を着てた。お母さんは弾いてるのはアートハープという多分年ごと年じゃなくて
昔の
なんだっけもしかして大正ごとと似てるかもしれない。最後の写真は結婚式の日。
Really small. It's kind of cute. So, yeah, when he was very small, we were reading a book, and then I was also enjoying earlier sharing some artwork that my kids had made for me because I love Mario.
Yes,
so
yes.
They made pictures for me of Mario. This one here, this character. In the U.S. we call him Mega Man, but I think he's Rock Man. I think in Japan. Yeah. So yeah.
Rockman, Mario.
Yeah.
Which child drew which one?
This is Micah.
Micah.
And this is Aubrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
長男が作った写真。長女が作った写真。
Thank you.
写真じゃ A だよね。
Well, next, we want to share with you our bulletin board, which has information about our ministry teams. And here at Wooster Mennonite Church, we have different leaders in charge of different aspects of ministry. And so the bulletin board is trying to show information about what each of these teams will do. So there's a little bit of information about our worship team, which plans our Sunday morning services, and our stewardship team, which helps with finances in the church. And then our outreach team, I would like to share a few pictures with you here on their board. During the year, they have several special events, and what you have pictured here are actually the outreach team and members of our church and people from the community making bags of soup that will be sent around the world to places like Syria to help feed families. And then here, we also, the same day, they were also working on hygiene kits that will have soap and toothbrushes and toothpaste and will be helpful for families around the world that need help staying clean and be a good resource. And then up top here, there's a picture here for our quilting ministry. Every month, our women's sewing group gets together and they'll make blankets which are sent around the world, and then they work on a quilt, which once a year they'll give the quilt to our Mennonite relief sale, and it raises money for mission. The quilt that you have, our ladies have worked on, as well as the children from our school, and so that's a very special part of their ministry. Here's community life, which is activities that we share together as we build relationship in our church. We're going to go to a baseball game later in the month, and so we do some fun things together, fun activities to grow our relationship. And then here is Christian formation, and that really deals with Sunday school and discipleship and growth in the church. They have a fun game here about numbers in the Bible. So if you pull like a little slip of paper here, the number 5, it says, the number of husbands the Samaritan woman had. That's in John chapter 4. So there's different numbers. I know that you would pick 7, the number of times hotter that King Nebuchadnezzar made the furnace before throwing Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego into the fire. So the different number, it's just a fun little game. They do things like this sometimes to make us think, when we come on Sunday. So, boy, I'm having trouble getting that. And then finally, our prayer ministries. There's the sixth team, and they help with prayer meetings and helping us continue to focus on our relationship with God in prayer. So, yeah. And maybe I'll ask Kai to help. He'll just maybe talk about a few of these that we mentioned. So.
教会では6のチームに分かれてて、それぞれにみんな所属しています。で、ここのチームは教会の礼拝の内容、目次、何をやるか何を歌うかとかをこのチーム決めてます。で、こっちのチームは教会の外の人たちとの交流、交わりのチャンスを 作ってます。で、この取り組みは、スープ、ドライスープを作ってます。それで作ってシリアに送ったり、こちらは子供たちに送ってるのかな。
just ハイジンキット、そう、石鹸とか歯ブラシとか、それは違うところに送る。
違うところに送る。石鹸とか歯ブラシとかをどの子供たち。
そう、家族とか、レフュージーとか。
家族とかに送ってまして、ここのコットンクラブ、裁縫のクラブでは、教会に送ってくれた玄関にあるキルトとか、子供たちの手形のキルトをこのグループで作って送ってくださいました。で、ここは教会のイベントで、野球に行くそうです。で、こっちはお祈りの課題チーム。で、ここは子供
多分自分のメンバーのために、今回はゲームだけど、自分は聖書をもっと知るように、アイディアとかイベントとかバイブルメモリーとか、聖書の言葉を覚える
ためのイベントとかをやってる。
はい、
で、今回は子供向けのイベントで、例えばこのナンバー5が何の聖書に関係あるかとか、7とか、このさっきジェイコブ先生が紹介してください。
カイ君はやってみる。
あは
ー5と7以外。じゃあ、
どれ
12万は何の関係ですか？
どれ 12?
12万。
12番
12万。
あ、です。
なんだと思う？
This one?
Yeah.
12万。
Approximate number of people living in Nineveh when Jonah was called to go there. The number of people living in Nineveh when Jonah was called to go there.
ヨナ。
Yeah.
ニネバにいるニネバの人数は12万ぐらいでした。でもこれからそう。OK.
And this part of our church is where we have a lot of activities and where we also have congregational meals. So on Sunday after church, we actually had tables out here and we had our meal together with Kai, which was really fun. On the far end of the room is the kitchen. But tonight, we'll actually be having a prayer meeting here. We'll have the chairs set up in a different way, and we're hoping to actually connect with Pastor Kimiaki for a time of sharing. So, yeah, this is our fellowship area.
はい、ここは食事とかを、するエリアです。1980年に、増設されたところです。ここで日曜日の礼拝の後に持ち寄りのご飯をいただきました。アップルパイが美味しかったです。で、お父さんと、今日の夜そこでスカイプします。
Okay.
Now we'll have an opportunity to enter into our sanctuary where we have our worship services on Sunday mornings. And there's several things we want to show you in here. We'll go to the front and show you where Kai and Barney and I were able to sit on Sunday and talk a little bit about some of the symbolism that's around us here in the sanctuary.
ここは礼拝堂です。日曜日の礼拝ではここで、教会の人と2人でフルート吹いたり、こちらで、お話をしたりしました。
Oftentimes, we'll have a worship leader who will read scripture and lead us in prayers, and often they'll stand here. And we sometimes also project our music and slides of the sermon onto the wall, and we'll use that as a way to help give information to the members of the congregation as we're in our worship service.
ここでいつも司会者だったりジェイコブ先生がお話をされています。で、スライドが礼拝中には映し出されてあって、そこで音楽の歌詞とか聖書の歌詞とか、先生の内容、お話の内容もプロジェクターで映されています。
This cross that we have has some unique symbolism. We really value the symbol of the dove. On this cross, it reminds us of the peace position or the peace heritage of the Mennonite Church. The dove also reminds us of the work of the Holy Spirit. So the dove helps us remember that we need the Spirit's work in us, among us, to bring peace. And in addition to that, you see the bowl, the basin with the towel, and it reminds us of Jesus' example when he washed his disciples' feet, that we should serve one another, and that's an important calling. And so that reminds us as a church that we always have to highly value service to one another.
この教会が大事にするシンボルの2つの形です。まず平和の象徴、平和の象徴としての鳩でいい？鳩と、イエス様がボッ
トではなくて、その中に水に入れて弟子たちの足を洗ってた。
じゃあボート関係ない。
そう、船ということ。船の関係ではなくて。
その行動の方の話。
Great. Yes.
So for this point, we'd really like to share with you a little bit about the books that we use in Sunday worship. So in the pews, in the racks here on the back, you'll see that there are Bibles. So we have here the New International Version of the Bible, the Old and New Testament. And then this is our hymnal that we use with our singing. And this is the book that gets the most use in our church. But in addition to this hymnal, we have two other books, and Kai has them there, green and purple. And they are also books full of songs and hymns, often more modern songs than what we have in the hymnal. So we'll use them as well.
常にここには聖書と聖歌が置いてあって、こちらが聖書で、この2つが聖歌です。で、世界のいろんな歌も入ってて、日本の桜の聖歌も入ってました。で、こちらが、新しい最近作られた聖歌が入っているバージョンです。
And you'll see also these little papers. These are for prayer requests. On Sunday mornings, we like to know what's going on in each other's lives. And if somebody wants to share a prayer request, sometimes they'll write it on a slip of paper and put it in a box in the fellowship center. Sometimes they also will share it out loud with the congregation. But this gives them a chance, if they want to share something more private, that they can share it and know that just a few people in the leadership will be praying for them in the church.
机にあるこちらの紙にお祈りの課題を書いて後ろのボックスに入れます。で、普段は礼拝の最後に、みんながお祈りの課題を一人一人言っていくんだけど、そこでは言えないプライベートな課題だったりを書いて入れています。
There's something else we wanted to share with you. We're now outside the church, and this here is something we call a peace pole. You can find peace poles by a variety of different churches and institutions throughout the world. Often you'll see a peace pole in multiple languages. Our peace pole has 4 languages on it. And the message of the peace pole is, may the peace of Christ prevail on earth. And that is an expression of our desire as Christians for the peace of Christ to truly transform our world. So it's dear to our hearts as Mennonite Christians because of our peace tradition, but we know all Christians have that deep value. So this is something I wanted to share with you as something special that we have by our church. And this particular poll was put in for our 75th anniversary, which was in 2017. And that is just when we started conversations with you about having sister church relationships. So that was a very special time for us as a church.
平和の象徴として、ピースが入れられています。こちらは4つの言語で書かれてて、英語、アラビア語、スペイン語、中国語で書かれています。
Okay.
いいかな？
So another thing that we wanted to share with you was a sign that we've had posted for a while now. For the past couple of years, immigration has been a very challenging topic in our society. There's been a lot of conversation about immigration and how to have a healthy immigration policy. But there was a campaign. Churches began putting out these signs. The campaign actually started on Facebook with a few churches starting it, but then it grew and grew and grew. So multiple churches around the country started displaying signs like this that said, no matter where you're from, we're glad you're our neighbor. And it was an attempt to get a positive message out there for immigrants coming into our country, that the Christians and others in our society want to welcome them and say that they have a place here among us. So it's in 3 languages. So you have English here in the center and Spanish on top and then Arabic at the bottom, just as a way to say we want to give a message of welcome.
トランプ政権になってから、移民とか外国人に対して厳しい政策が取られてて、それに対する Facebook のキャンペーンの一つです。で、3つの言葉で書いてあって、トランプ政権を支持する人とか支持しない人とか移民の人、外国人の人、すべての人を受け入れますよというキャンペーンです。このキャンペーンもこの教会員の人が決めて、このキャンペーンを支持することを決めたようです。
Okay. Well, we want to conclude our video now and thank you for watching. It has been an honor for us to have a sister church relationship with you for these past 2 years, and it's been really nice and special and fun having Kai with us here in Ohio. Thank you very much for supporting him and coming, and we're looking forward to continuing to pray for you and to have you pray for us and to continue to build our relationship into the future. And hopefully, perhaps, maybe some more of you will come visit us here in Ohio, and maybe some of us will come and visit you in Japan. Thank you so much for this. It's a real blessing to us. We're very grateful.
動画見てくださりありがとうございます。これからも、この教会と教会の関係がこれからも続くようにどうぞお祈りをお願いします。ジェイコブ先生は、誰でもぜひとおっしゃっているので、なんだろうそういうことです。
はい、